Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Time for teams to start making moves towards the postseason. Here we go. It's Week 11. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Straight to the air is Richardson. Rolling left, buying some time. Now he takes it. And he's out of bounds, up at midfield. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that first down anyway.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. Runs inside the 35. And he finally ends up out of bounds after a huge gain. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Anytime you go over half the field in one play, totally changes the complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end the series with some type of points.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, kept them in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Rolling from the pistol, Richardson. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Colts take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Troy Franklin touchdown. Here's Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, here we go.
They run. It's the rookie from UCLA. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. Give him 5 on that carry. Bringing up 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Here we go.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he's going to be blocked down after reaching the 43. It's a gain of 12 there. And it sets up a Houston first.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
Brought in right side. And they bring him down around the 34.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Hand off on 2nd and short. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Here we go.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Motion man sent left. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Burrow from the gun. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Burrow out of the shotgun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down here at the 16.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Able to get it to Franklin. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
Ready.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. They'll run here on 1st down. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. That's incomplete left side.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
And they take it across the goal line for an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts get 6 more on their early advantage. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. He broke the tackle he needed to, Brock, and how about that effort then to keep it going and eventually reach that end zone?
Yeah, that's awesome on the offensive side. Defensively, not every missed tackle is the same. It may be on a stat sheet, but sometimes that help to finish a play isn't arriving quick enough, and you're the only one, the last line of defense. And in that moment, you got to scratch, you got to claw, you got to tear to make the stop, because a broken tackle, well, can mean a touchdown.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
On one, ready?
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him.
On one, ready?
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
Another try following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Here we go.
Burrow. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. So no return on that punt. And it'll be good field position for them as they take over right at midfield. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Go.
Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ready up.
We've hit the end of one in this showdown between 2 of the league's best. It's a 2-score game early. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. Plowing up the middle. He finds space into the red zone. It's an Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts stretch their lead to a 3-score advantage. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Gun. Dot.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Short pass brought in. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
On 1, ready?
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Dot.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Dot.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Hits him on the in route. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, with out routes or in routes just like that.
Let's get set.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Dot.
Looking to throw, Burrow. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. First time this game they've looked to him. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Hey, smash, Bronco.
To throw, Richardson. This finds Franklin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45.
Come on, set.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Ready, set.
Second down now, 7 to go. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll be first down, Colts.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10 from the 41. Play action with Richardson. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They're now set for first and 10. Give now to the running back. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
On first down, it's Richardson. He's got it. And he nearly broke it for 6. He steps in at the 3-yard line.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Second down carry for Taylor. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Colts can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a first and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Don.
Play action now, Burrow. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
On one, ready?
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
Here we go, here we go. Don.
Blown back, it's the handoff. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brought down by Julian Blackman. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And that one's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The Texans set to punt. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Takes it in at the 21. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. And that punt gets up to 59 yards. And the Colts will take over. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Richardson. Look at that touch, laid on a platter for him. All the way, touchdown, Indy! The Colts continue dominating in our opening half. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Gun. Cut.
Burrow back to throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Cut.
On first down, here's Burrow. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. He's got it inside the 10. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
On one, ready?
Back-to-back big plays have them all set up. First and goal here.
Here we go. Cut.
They'll try and punch it in. Has the Houston touchdown. The Texans chop some of the lead off before the half. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Rolling from the pistol, Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that'll bring up second down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Ready.
Throwing now, Richardson. Taylor makes the catch. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought down by the veteran Carlton Davis.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Third and short yardage here, Richardson. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Here we go, here we go.
On the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. First down throw here from Richardson. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. This is Taylor. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the shotgun, it's Richardson. And he takes it in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts get more points to end a lopsided first half. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
That one right down the middle. And the Colts continue piling on to this lead. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt.
Here we go.
Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive. This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Here comes the final play of our first half.
Here we go, here we go. Don.
One final shot before halftime. A massive shot towards the end zone. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's third down. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Trying the right side. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Gun.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Burrow from the gun. Doesn't have the hook up there. Incomplete pass. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and out 3rd down. Motioning the tight end left. On 3rd down, here's Burrow. Complete beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Let's get set.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Cut out left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it sets up a Houston first.
Here we go.
To throw again, it's Burrow. Finding Collins. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
On first down, they'll run. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
On 2, ready?
Second down now, 7 to go. Burrow setting to throw. Completed over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Here we go.
3rd and just 2 to go. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Out comes the field goal team for the Texans. He was good on his first attempt, and he's coming off the edge, and it's blocked.
That protection has got to be able to hold up for a few seconds. It has to. Those are points that aren't going on the board now, and wasted effort by their teammates to get them to this point.
Okay, ready?
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Check, check. Go.
Here's the hand. Oh, the football's loose. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
Gun. Dot.
Burrow throwing out of the pistol. Throwing deep towards the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball, too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
Here we go.
The give here on 2nd. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
On 1, ready?
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Dot.
Hand off to the back. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Here we go.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go. Dot.
From the 19. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Let's get set.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Dot.
Throwing is Burrow. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Dot.
Going ground on 1st and goal. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer.
Here we go, here
and
we
now
go.
you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Dot.
He gets another shot here. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So the defense decides to decline the penalty. So now, here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Dot.
Running it after the penalty. And the struggles continue for him tonight. He's only able to get back to the line. Back-to-back stands from this front. No gain on the play brings up 4th and goal.
Well, this defense has risen to the occasion. And now, Kate, they put this offense in the unenviable position of deciding what to do on 4th and goal.
Out comes the field goal team for the Texans. Don't forget, the defense got in there and blocked one earlier. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's only a small chip off of what's still a 29-point advantage.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset they couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Return coming from the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check. Check smash. Check smash. Hut, hut.
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he's tackled for a short gain. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Play action with Richardson. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got 3rd down.
That's simply a difficult tightrope walk to stay in bounds on a catch that far downfield. What an effort. Just too difficult a play to make.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. The Colts have possession to start the 4th. This one looking pretty well decided already. New set of downs for him from the 46. Right up the gut. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Ready, 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Trying the inside handoff to Lloyd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He's on the move. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stay tight, and force the throw away.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And they'll down this kick at the 11-yard line, so long field ahead on this next possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Gun. Dot.
Burrow to the air now. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
Here we go.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Dad.
Burrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same. So that brings up 4th and long. Punting unit out now. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be their football coming up. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Go check. Go.
Back-to-back carries here. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be 3rd and just a yard.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Ready.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Check. Hurt.
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40.
Ready.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Handoff here to Lloyd. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Let's go.
3rd and 4 coming up now.
Hey, smash Bronco.
Plowing up the middle. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. Give him only 1 yard. Again, the run doesn't get it done, and now it's 4th and 3. The Colts are ready for the punt. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's get set. Shot.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
This dude was just not going to be stopped, not by the first defender, heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
They'll run here on 1st down. Fought off a tackle, but he lost the football. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Ooh, so close to a big play defensively there, Brock, but now these guys got to stay out there. They were unable to bring in the fumble. They just forced.
They do. Got to bring a little bit of juice, but kind of like a boxer when they get a guy cut, they know. Man, if I get that first cut, I can make them bleed. And you get that ball out the first time, I guarantee you, I promise you, those guys are thinking they'll get it the next.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Give now to the running back. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
And he'll make his way down to the 16-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
On 1, ready?
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Gun. Shot.
From the 16. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And it sets up a Houston first.
Move the chains!
Here we go.
Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
On 1, ready?
So now here's 3rd and 5.
Shot.
Here's Burrow. And in for the Houston touchdown. Now this one has been a long game, no doubt. But hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
That one splits the uprights. And the Texans trail by 22 now. The kicking team all ready for the Texans, and forward they run to send it away. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. And he'll get a couple more on the dive before being marked down. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's the Colts who come away with a win on the road. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Colts are winners, as we'll see you next time from Houston.